Hi guys, Energy Gaming here, and today I'm bringing you another video on the Ascendance DLC 2 map pack. This time not Exo Zombies doing Infection or Infected, I think it's Infection. Instead the new grappling feature like there of you able to zip around the map really quickly within these 4 maps. Now I believe it's only within these 4 maps, but essentially the grappling feature is only able or allowed to be enabled through you buying the Ascendance DLC, but essentially it just allows you to attach onto a wall or an object and zip towards that, or if you're lucky enough and you attach it, it'll make contact to a player or an AI. You essentially just kill them instantly. Now this is my thoughts again on this new grappling feature, which has been added to the new DLC. I really like it in a strange way because it to me when I first heard it, it's like it's not much of a change really. It's just you going. That's just you going around a map with a grappling hook, like so. After playing it, it does feel like a big difference. I mean, it's just a simple thing that makes such a big difference. Like me now, I'm not using it, but it's just really weird thing added, which is somehow really nice to use. But yeah, essentially you can only use it on these 4 maps. Now they've basically been fitted so you can use it in a more beneficial way, which kind of means the maps are all open, which again is a bit iffy because they're much bigger and much more wider, which means it slows down the actual gameplay, but it's just fun, like just essentially like being Spider-Man, just zipping around walls to walls. Like you use it quite a bit to start off with because you just want to get going and see, oh, I got this new feature, I want to use it. But it is really weird because there's no aim bot, well not aim bot, but there's no reticle when it comes up. You literally just hold it down and I hope there's a thing close enough for you to attach onto, because sometimes it doesn't say it. But essentially when using it, you have to hold it down if you want to travel, and then when you go onto a service, sometimes it automatically jumps you over, sometimes it doesn't. It just depends on what you're grappling onto. In terms of killing a player, it's difficult because there's no reticle. You have to aim it with your own hands when you're shooting it, and that is really difficult. I mean, since I've been playing it for the last, God knows, about a few hours or so, I've done about 2 people managed to kill with a grappling hook. I haven't. I've been trying, still haven't. But I have to say, it is really fun just being able to zip around the map on walls. Like sometimes you can use it tactically because you can just hold onto a wall and shoot down when using hardpoint, or like I've done when I'm running away from someone, I just zip away from them and just turn around a corner, camp. Well, when I say camp, go prone and shoot them, which is very useful. There are some negatives. I mean, you kind of know if an enemy player's come, because say I'm waiting in a room and I'm just aiming outside, you just see this black rope shoot out and hit a wall, and you're like, oh, I know this enemy because the minimap shows not shows this enemy, that shows there's no friendly over there, so I know this is an enemy. So you're ready and you're more prepared, which kind of gives away your cover. Another bad thing about it, again, yeah, it just means enemies can get away from you quicker. If you're hunting them down, they're away, like straight up. That is quite annoying. But when you jump into the actual game, you don't have to set it out in your loadout, you're automatically given it. For me, it's pressing LB because I play on Xbox One, holding down LB and actually shooting and travelling. On PlayStation, I believe that's L1. I might get it completely wrong, I haven't played PlayStation in ages. But yeah, essentially I think that's that button, just zipping around the map. Now, the maps which have been added for this, from playing them, my favourite one, I would say shop. I'm tempted to say, I haven't got used to the names yet. But for that, it is really good because it's so easy to get a kill if you're playing something like Hardpoint, because you're always next to the enemies. So you're essentially shooting it out, either attaching onto a wall or hitting an enemy, and you basically got a kill with it, which is, when you get a kill with it, you get that satisfaction of, I got a kill with it, none of you lot did. So it's kind of hit and miss, this grappling feature. For me, I would say if you're just wanting to buy this grappling feature, I'd say definitely go ahead with it. Out of 10, I'll probably rate it about 7 or 6. It's not something that you'll really notice, but it's just something added which is different. You never seen Call of Duty like this. Call of Duty is completely different. You get exos, jump boosts, everything. So adding more stuff which you've never used can possibly say you're just using up all this new stuff really quickly, rather than maybe saving it for different Call of Duties coming out, because they're kind of repeating themselves. But I'd say it's definitely worth buying. If you haven't, definitely try out, go around a mate's house or something. But yeah, I'll say this DLC is definitely worth buying, and it is really, really interesting and fun. But this has been Zenergy Gaming. Thanks for listening, and peace.